enough how much I am so happy that you guys are supporting me. Yeah. It's awesome to see the Go Be Positive shirts around. You know, they're in Texas, they're in Florida, they're in Georgia. But to see them in Hawaii makes my heart smile. I do the motivational videos weekly. I try to do one every weekend. Before I started doing the motivational videos, guys, I tell y'all, I couldn't sleep. I just had so much in my mind. It was just turning. And I would try to write it down, but it was like I couldn't keep up. And I couldn't sleep. And then my little boy got sick. I was in and out the hospital back in last August with my little boy. And it was like, I just kept tossing and turning. And I kept saying, okay, I'm going to have to do this. It's like I'm being pushed into it. And when I did that first video, you may have seen it. I was standing outside in front of Walmart, and I was talking about having worth and describing it to a $20 bill. After I did that video, y'all, I slept peacefully. And I said, God, this is my purpose. I see now this is why you have taken me through the things that you have taken me through, because this is what you put me here for. No, I'm not a pulpit preacher, but I can reach people. It's people that's going to listen to me. And I see that now. So, you know, sometimes you may not know your purpose. You may not know it, and sometimes it's just going to hit you upside your head. And that's how it was for me. I couldn't sleep. It got to the point where I couldn't even sleep. But I have the motivational videos on Facebook, and I have the YouTube, and I try to put it out, put something out once a week. Now, when I do the motivational speaking, it's not the same as I do on the videos. It's going to be completely different. You know, I'm coming at you a different way. Okay? But if you're not on Facebook, go to YouTube. Look me up on YouTube. Slim Stewart. My first name, you know, is S-A-D-E. All y'all used to that. Sadie Stewart. Look it up on YouTube. If you do have a Facebook and we're not friends, you can follow me. Follow me on Facebook. I don't have to follow you. I don't have to know your business. But those videos are there to just encourage and uplift. And that's what I'm here for today. Like I said, I'm not here to preach to you. You know, of course, we're in church, so I'm going to give you some word to get my message across. But so often we hear we're getting spanked for what we do. So often we're getting beat down because we're not doing something right. And I don't think we're encouraged enough. I don't think we're motivated enough. I think it's easy for people to point out what you are doing wrong. Right. It's easy for people to do that. When sometimes, if you just get an encouraging word, it'll help you move from what you're doing wrong. Amen. Sometimes it just takes an encouraging word. I'm going to be real. One thing about me, I'm going to be real. I have been in situations to where it's like, I don't want to pray. I don't want to pray. I'm tired. And it took somebody that has gone through what I was going through at the time to come and rub me on my back and say, you're going to be all right. And that was just enough. That was just enough for me. So that's all I'm here for. I'm here to just encourage you. I'm here to motivate you. And hopefully you take something from it. We are in church, so I'm going to go before the Lord. God, I thank you for this day, God. God, I thank you for the people, God, bringing us together, God. God, I thank you for this observance, this February that has been set aside, God, for us to be able to realize what has taken part in history, God, so that we may live free right now, God. God, I thank you for the spirit that has been ushered in here, God, before I came up, God. And God, I just ask, God, that everyone's heart is open, God, that they may be able to hear what it is that I have to say, God, that they may be able to be encouraged and uplifted on today, God. And God, we thank you for who you are in our life, God. We thank you, God, for being there for us, God, and having us, God, to where we are able to walk in and day out, God, and not have that word, God, because you're there. And God, I thank you for who you are in my life. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right. So it's Black History Month. And of course, our people are known for being slaves at one point. But history tells us of how we overcame, how we stood and fought for our freedom. So the month of February, again, is set aside as an observance for us to remember that. Remember those that marched. The kids just showed you how they protested. Remember those that protested. Remember those that fought. Remember those that died, so that you and I can live free today. But I ask you, are we truly free? Good. Are we truly free? Are we truly free from enslavement? What does enslavement mean? To be enslaved means to make someone a slave. Another word that you will hear is subjugate. Anybody ever heard that word? Another thing, I'm going to talk to you, okay? And it's okay for you to talk back to me. Subjugate. Anybody ever heard that word? Subjugate. Okay? Subjugate is another word of like saying slave. Enslavement. Okay? Subjugate means to defeat and gain control of someone or something by use of force. To conquer and gain the obedience of a group of people, a country, or etc. To make submissive. Okay? So, since we're in church, let's talk about slavery. What's the first Bible story come to your mind when you think about slavery?
Moses.
Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. Something that I want it to be something you're familiar with. Okay? So you'll be able to catch on. Okay. Quick story. Moses was born a Hebrew. At the time that he was born a Hebrew, the Hebrews were slaves. Pharaoh was scared that these Hebrew men would one day grow up. I'm giving you a quick synopsis of the story, okay? These Hebrew men would one day grow up and take over. So, because he was scared and he didn't want that to happen, he said, every Hebrew boy that is born, you take him and you kill him. Okay? You take him and you kill him. Well, now Moses is born. And Moses' mama said, I'm going to protect my child. I'm going to take him, I'm going to wrap him up, and I'm going to put him in a basket, and I'm going to send him down the river. Yeah. And then she sends his sister to follow him as he goes down the river. Y'all heard this story, kids? Y'all heard this story? Okay, his mama put him in the river. She sent him down the river. She sent his sister with him to make sure that he get down this river fine, okay? Okay, Pharaoh's daughter finds him in the river. Yeah. She finds him. She takes him and she raises him as his own child. So he's growing up in a palace. Right. He's royalty. Yeah. But the thing is, although he is raised as Pharaoh's daughter, she couldn't nurse him. She couldn't provide for him. So they ended up having to take him and give him back to his mama to be nursed. That's it. Amen. His mama still ended up feeding him. And he still knows that he's Hebrew, that his people are slaves. So he carried anger in his heart. He carries anger in his heart. And one day he sees an Egyptian beating up a Hebrew. So he get mad and he killed the man. He killed him. And then he run away. He now committed murder, so he runs away. Okay? Now God comes to Moses through a burning bush. I'm giving y'all a quick synopsis. God comes to Moses through a burning bush, and he says, I want you to go back and free your people. Okay? I need you to go back and tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Okay? His people were slaves to Pharaoh. Pharaoh was a king. Okay? That's what Pharaoh means. Pharaoh means king. Okay? Go to Exodus for me. Exodus 5. I just want to point out a few things in the scripture before I go further. Exodus 5, 22 and 23. I'm going to read out of a NIV Bible, New International Version. So mine may read a little different than some of y'all. Exodus 5, 22 through 23. And it says, Moses returned to the Lord and said, why, Lord, why have you brought trouble on this people? Is this why you sent me? Ever since I went to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has brought trouble on this people, and you have not rescued your people at all. So it's trouble on the people. And he's saying, God, you allowed this. God allowed it. There's going to be times in your life where you're going to go through stuff, and it's because God removed his hand and allowed it to happen. Okay? So you're going to be like, why am I going through this? Why not?
All right.
That's the question you should be asking. Why not, Lord? Why can't I be chosen as the one that's going through this? Okay? So God allowed it to happen. Things happen. And it's like, sometimes, oh, that's the devil. The devil did. Sometimes God removed his hand and allowed stuff to happen. I'm going to show you why. Exodus, we're going to stay here, 6, 1 through 12. Then the Lord said to Moses, now you will see what I will do to Pharaoh. Because of my mighty hand, he will let them go. Because of my mighty hand, he will drive them out of this country. God also said to Moses, I am the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, to Jacob as God Almighty. But by my name, the Lord, I did not make myself fully known to them. I also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, where they resided as foreigners. Moreover, I have heard the groaning of the Israelites, whom the Egyptians are enslaving, and I have remembered my covenant. Therefore, say to the Israelites, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the yoke of the Egyptians. I will free you from being slaves to them, and I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with mighty acts of judgment. I will take you as my own people, and I will be your God. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God, who brought you out from under the yoke of the Egyptians. And I will bring you to the land I swore with uplifted hand to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will give it to you as a possession. I am the Lord. Moses reported this to the Israelites, but they did not listen to him because of their discouragement and harsh labor. Then the Lord said to Moses, go, tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to let the Israelites go out of his country. But Moses said to the Lord, if the Israelites would not listen to me, why would Pharaoh listen to me, since I speak with faltering lips? So again, he allowed trouble to come on the people. And I just told you why. I got to get you to your lowest point. I got to get you to your breaking point.
All right.
So that I can just pick you up and show you that it's my power.
All right.
That I am God. Amen. It's not that I'm leaving you. It's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't care. But sometimes you don't hear. And sometimes you don't see until you're at your bottom. All right. And I have to come down and pick you up. He showed the people in the past. He showed the people in the past. I didn't even let them see my greatness. But I'm going to show you my greatness. Okay? We're going to go to right here where it says Exodus 6, 13 through 25. I'm not going to read it all. I just want to show you. Start at 14. It says the heads of their families. It says the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel. So it's showing you the sons of Israel, which it shows you that here's Levi in 16. Okay, Levi had a son named Kohath. Okay, Kohath had a son named Amram, who actually married his aunt and had Moses and Aaron. So these were the head of the Levites that were chosen to go free their own family. Moses killed somebody, right? He killed somebody. But he still had purpose. Before he was even born, God already knew he was going to use Moses. Moses killed somebody and tried to run from it. And God still pulled him out and used him.
That's right.
It does not matter what your family's history is. It does not matter what your history is. It does not matter what you have done. You still have purpose. You still have purpose. So don't sit up and say, oh, well, I messed up. I lied. I committed adultery. I killed. So why would the Lord use me? Because that was your purpose. Before you was even born, it was your purpose. Now you have to walk into it. You have to walk into it. So Moses goes and he talks to Pharaoh and he says, hey, let my people go. And Pharaoh, his heart was hardened, which God said he was going to harden his heart. He sends plagues. Y'all know about the plagues. The plagues come. Pharaoh said, okay, now I'm going to let you go, but then he changed his mind. He keep it. God sends more plagues. Pharaoh's heart is hardened. The last plague that he sends kills Pharaoh's child. Okay? I don't know how else to put it. I really don't know how else to put it. Sometimes God got to take your child from you just to wake you up. It's hard, but it's the truth. Sometimes he will allow your child to be taken just to wake you up. That's not anything anybody should endure. But that's God. And it happened. So once his child has died, Pharaoh says, go, leave. Get out of here. I'm tired of y'all. Go get away. Be free. Hebrews getting their stuff, packing their stuff. They ain't even bake their bread. They got their dough together. They ain't even baking it. They got it. That's out of there. Pharaoh said, no, you know what? I changed my mind. Go get them. By this time, Moses, y'all know, going to split the Red Sea. They walk across that sea. They going on to the promised land. They ain't worried about it. Don't even know Pharaoh and them coming. Once they cross over, sea closed down, Pharaoh people drown. Walk into your purpose. Your enemies will drown. They will drown. I promise you. You have to believe. When you walk into your purpose, like I said, with me, I was like, Lord Jesus, I know I can hear God, but now I really know I can hear God. And it's some things that's happening, and I'm like, God, how is this happening? Why is it happening? And it's like you can't ask questions sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta go. So I can only imagine Moses there and God saying, hold your arm up, and the people coming in, helping him, and we're gonna split the Red Sea. God, what in the world? But sometimes you just gotta follow that.
That's it.
Okay, sometimes you just gotta follow it. You just gotta go with it, but your enemies will drown. Okay, so now they're going on to the promised land. Promised land, that's a whole nother motivational speech. That's a whole nother motivational speech. Okay? Now we are Black History Month. So of course, another story for Black History Month. Another person known as Moses. Moses of the Underground Railroad. Y'all hear my mom out. Harriet Tubman was known as the Moses of the Underground Railroad. Okay? Y'all stay with me. I'm giving y'all a couple of stories so I can let y'all see something at the end. So Harriet Tubman, I don't know her stories as good as I know Moses. So Harriet Tubman was born into slavery. Her real name was Araminta Harriet Ross. And she was born to her parents who were also owned by white slave owners. They had a plantation. White people had a plantation. She had 8 siblings who were also slaves and owned by the white people. While in slavery, she suffered physical abuse. Okay? She suffered physical abuse. One time she was hit in the head with something heavy. She was hit in the head with something heavy and it caused her to have a lot of migraines, a lot of seizures. She would have narcoleptic episodes where she would just pass out. Okay? Over time, some of her family would actually be free on paper. On paper, they were free. But the slave owners wouldn't let them go. So they were still slaves. All those papers said they was free. Now, one time was Harriet, they were free on paper. like some of her family was, okay? But she did have some family that was actually free, and some that were slaves. But Harriet, she got married. She got married to a free black man named John Tubman. And that, at that time, that's when she changed her name to Harriet Tubman. Okay? And although he was free, any kids that they had were slaves. Because she was a slave. So it didn't matter that he was free. They still had to stay on the plantation because she was a slave. Married to a free man. Okay? Harriet owner dies. The man that owned her dies. So in her mind, I'm sickly, and that's not going to go over too well with the new owner. This is my time to get my foot up out of here. Okay? So she broke free. She broke free. And over time, she went back and she helped others because she just could not stay in the comfort of the North, knowing that she had family back there. So she went back over time by way of the Underground Railroad. It was people that helped, even white people that helped slaves get free. They helped them get from the North to the South. They had secret hiding places and everything. And so she would go back over time by the Underground Railroad and free people. Now I know we all church boys, and y'all used to see the topic at the beginning, but I'm going to tell you my topic now. I had to get those two stories out of the way. You enslaved one only to free many.
Yeah.
Okay? You got me, but I broke free, and now I'm going back to help others. Yeah, I cheated. I committed adultery, but now I can help this other woman or this other man that's thinking about cheating and committing adultery. I can let him know, or I can let her know ahead of time. That's not the way to go. Yeah, I was a liar. It caused heartache on me. It caused heartache on my family. Now I see somebody else going in that direction. I can pull them back and say, hey, that's not the way to go. I was a slave to drinking. I was a slave to fornication. I was a slave to drugs, but I broke free. So now I can help somebody else stay away from drinking. I can help somebody else stay away from drugs. Just by my life testament. That's it. Okay? So you enslaved one, only to free many. You should have killed me while you had me. Because now that I'm free, I'm going back to get some more. I can't sit in the comfort of the North when I know I got family in the South that I can go pull out. So there's 3 points. Before I sit down, there's 3 points I want to point out. Being a slave, breaking free, and helping others. Okay? We can be a slave physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay, physically, you were abused as a child, you were raped. You're in a relationship and you've been abused. Okay? You're taking yourself through a physical abuse by doing drugs, by drinking alcohol. Okay? You can have a mental, emotion. Remember I said Moses carried hatred in his heart? Because he knew what was done to his people. He was enslaved to that. You can have something done to you a long time ago, and you can be a slave to it because you can't let it go. Can't let it go. It can have you locked up. Because all you can do is think about what used to happen to you. Okay? Then you have spiritual enslavement. You're not on the level, or you're not in connection in the spiritual realm like you should be, for whatever reason. Because you're used to tradition. Somebody in the church hurt you. For whatever reason, you're not in a spiritual place where you need to be. Okay? So, like I told you, Harriet kids were considered slaves because although her husband was free, she was a slave. So anytime she had kids, anytime she bore kids, they were slaves. Let me tell you something. Young people, I want y'all to hear me. It does not matter what your daddy did. It don't matter what your mama did. It does not mean that's what you have to do. It does not mean that's what you will do. If your mama was a prostitute, your daddy was a drug dealer, your mom and daddy was in and out of jail, you are not entitled to that. Okay? It doesn't mean that's the road you have to go down. You be the change. Okay? I come from a family that's known to be drug addicted or alcoholics. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't drink, never did drink. I don't look down on people that drink. I don't think you should. But I come from a family that will put it down. But I decided I'm not gonna do that. I'm not drinking. I got places I want to go, things I want to do. So because my family does it, don't mean I have to do it. I go, I sit around with them, play cards, play dominoes, but I don't have to pick up a beer bottle. I don't have to pick up an alcoholic bottle. So where you come from does not define you. Where you come from does not determine where you're going. Okay? Some of us were slaves to prison. We're in and out of prison. In and out of prison. Okay? One thing about the slave owners back in the day, they didn't want the slaves to know how to read. That's right. Because they felt that if they got educated, then they would overcome them. Remember, Pharaoh was scared that the Hebrews was going to grow up and overcome him. In today's time, I'm just going to be real. In today's time, they're taking our kind, our black people, out of the education and put them into the system. All right. You see it all the time. Prison. You go to prison and you work. You're a slave. Because you're not getting paid like you will work that same job out here. Okay? Now, I told you, the reason I specifically said that Harriet Tubman was born to parents and she had sisters that were owned by white slave owners. I specifically said that because whether you want to believe it or not, there were also black slave owners.
Yes, there was.
There were slave owners that had the same color skin that you and I have. That's right. That's right. The reason I want to point that out is because there's so much black on black crime. We point the finger. It's the white man doing this. It's the white man. That may very well be the reason. But you cannot omit the fact that we're bringing down our own. We're bringing down our own. When I went to school, I did criminal justice and I did chemistry. And one of my criminal justice courses was sociology. And in this class, when they would say, who's more likely to be killed? Your answer was automatically a young black male. And if they asked the question, who's more likely to kill? The answer was a young black male. And that's sad. It's sad. We're quick story. Friday, at my job, the lunch truck comes. We're standing in line. It's a black woman, black man, then it's me. I walk up. I'm talking to the black woman. I'm talking over the black man. I'm talking to the black woman. And then I look up and I said, "Sir, I'm sorry. I'm just talking over you. I haven't spoke to you. I apologize." You know what he told me? "Oh, I'm black. I'm supposed to be used to that." No, you're not. Right. Come on now. You're not. This man was probably about the age of my parents. And I told him, "No, you're not. Whether you're black or white, first of all, I disrespected you by coming up to you and speaking over you. And I caught myself. So that's why I apologize. But that does not mean you don't accept an apology, because your black people are used to being spoken over. Or your black people aren't used to being apologized to when they're disrespected.